Hey y'all, it's Empress, only Empress, back with another video, and today I have another story time for you guys.
Baby, so sexy, I need to know if you ready for this pressure I'm applying. Make it like a Leah, we gon' rock the boat. I swear.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You won't want to miss out on any other story times. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at only Empress. If you're already following me, I appreciate you so much. And if you're already subscribed, thank you. I'm going to talk about my experiences as a stripper. Well, it's mainly a dancer. I'm not going to say stripper. And I got my dancer's license, or my exotic dancer's license, in 2021. So I started to go in 2022. I went to Tucson. I think I went for 2 weekends. So the first weekend ever, my first ever weekend. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about that first, because this is crazy. So the first time that I went out there, it was kind of crazy because girls, strippers, and I don't know if any other stripper, I don't know what their experience was, but I know in Arizona, in the city of Tucson, this is what happened. Okay, everybody will try to get their input on what they experienced and whether it was negative or positive. But for me personally, I'll never go in a place hostile and do the most. So if any other person is trying to say, "Oh, it's my fault," why? No, never, because I just don't care. That's the thing. I have no cares about anybody. Like I don't care about nobody else, what they do, how they doing it. That's why I knew I could be in that environment and be good, because I don't care what nobody else is doing, like, at all. So my friend, I'm gonna say her name is C. So C picks me up from where I live, and we drive out there. As we're driving, because it's a 2-hour drive from Phoenix to that city, which is Tucson. 2-hour drive. Okay, so we're driving, and I'm like, okay, like we're smoking, we're getting high, of course, that's what we do, we smoke. And she's like, oh yeah, like I'm not gonna tell you nothing, you're just gonna have to figure it out on your own, like I did, and all this different stuff. And I'm just like, she's like, everybody's experience is different, so like you and in a sense now I do kind of understand what she means in that aspect. Like, it made me mad at first. I was annoyed by her. I was so annoyed. I was like, okay, I'll figure it out. Like, it's cool, but like I'm already in this car with her. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna see what it's about. I was so annoyed by her telling me that, like, while we're on the way there. Like, you could have told me that before, and I probably would have told you, no, I don't want to go with you, because she had asked me to go with her, and I was like, well, I do want to do it, because I was already like talking to her and venting to her about how I want to make money doing that. Like, I want to get myself out there, and how I want to be known, because I want to be a known influencer, and a stripper is cool too. Like, that's added on, like all of that, because I don't ever put myself or anybody in a box. Like, anybody can be anything that they want to be. You can be multiple things, you can do multiple things. That's great. I feel like people tend to put people in a box, like, oh yeah, that person is a YouTuber. You put a person in a box because you can't do multiple things, or certain people can't do multiple things, so they kind of like, oh, like, I'm gonna just put you in a box where you only doing one thing. A person could be a DJ, influencer, content creator, whatever, everything, anything they want to be, actor, actress. It just, you could be whatever you want. Like, if you can do it, then do it. That's how I feel. So yeah, so for me, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be a dancer. I'm gonna get myself out there and start small, start in Tucson, fill it out, and get the feel of it. So I was driving, yeah, like, again, like, she was just like, oh yeah, you gotta figure it out, and like, it was just like her tone too. It's like, okay, calm down. Mind y'all, she a Gemini, so y'all know Geminis do too much. And that's actually, I'm gonna use zodiacs because I love zodiacs. So I'm gonna name her as a Gemini, because you know what, I love zodiacs, and I'm an Aquarius myself. So I'm so into like the zodiac. So I'm gonna start using either the zodiac sign, or like find a little name for them, but whatever. So she's a Gemini, and most people that are into astrology know how Geminis are. They are blunt as hell, and it was kind of annoying. Like, okay, calm down. But I was just like, okay, cool. Like, I'm gonna figure it out. Like, I got this. I'm a big girl. I can put my big girl panties on and figure it out. Like, I'm gonna watch and figure it out. Mind y'all, she's just like, I don't care. Like, it made me feel like she was hating on me at first. But I was like, that's just how, that's like, just because that's the first thing I kind of think when somebody's being weird towards me. I'm like, you hating? Like, I don't know. This is what I think. But looking back, like I said, I can see that was not her intention. She's just telling me, like, everybody's experience is different as a dancer, and some things might work for you and some things may not, and I don't want to give you what I do and then it not work for you. And then she was also like, and then she'll like say that, and then like she'll kind of like say, yeah, I can't give you the sauce. You can't, like, you just like, what do you mean the sauce? Like, okay, is there something that I need to know? Like, it was just like little shit like that. That's why she was annoying me, y'all. Not because of like her saying that, but like she was just saying stuff like that, like out of nowhere. Like, we'll just be talking, and she'll kind of like say it, and I'm like, okay. And like, I don't know, I was just like, okay, like, I'm not finna deal with, like, people. For me personally, people get annoyed when I speak and tell how I feel, and I don't know what it be. I'm not gonna say anything like, if y'all know the reason why people do that, but like I've had friends that they'll get annoyed when I'm speaking my opinion, but they can speak their opinion. They get mad at me, but like I let you speak your opinion. I never get mad. I don't get mad at nobody for speaking their opinion because I feel like everybody can voice their opinion without it being an argument. Like I feel like for me personally, when I communicate with somebody, I want for them to understand me from my point of view and not get angry and not get mad. So I give people that same energy when they're speaking to me. But some people, they'll get all upset when you're speaking your opinion. I'm just like, okay, well, what am I supposed to say? Like, you want me to just be silent and just be like, okay, you want me to be a yes man because I'm not a yes man. And I was at one point. I was a people pleaser at one point, but I'm not no more. Like, I'm not doing that no more. That's not me. So you come around here and you think that that's what you're finna receive. That's not. Oh, people that are, know me now or that know me then and now they know me, they see that they see the difference. Like my friends and stuff, they see that I'm not a people pleaser like I may have been in the past, but that's either here or there. Like I'm not really finna, get into that too much. But yeah, I'm just like, that's so lame. Like you just doing too much. So it's kind of like a little bit of tension in the car ride. Mind you, she has relation to my son. She's his auntie. So it's like, okay, you're my baby daddy's sister. Like, guess what she is. So I'm like, okay, like, it is what it is. I'm not tripping. Like I barely like I've been knowing her since I was in high school. So I know her for a very long time. I also been on my baby father for a very long time. I know a lot of the men that I had, the people that I had kids with, I've known them for a very long time. Like I didn't like, okay, so you getting all mad. I'm like, okay, like it's kind of made me feel uncomfortable. Like it's not like she was like my real friend, but we are cool. But it just kind of felt like, okay, like are you trying to bully me? Is this your personality? I'm not getting it. Like I don't know what you're trying to do, but it was a bit uncomfortable. So that's, mind you, that's what I'm going into Tucson in, like this kind of uncomfortable environment for me. But I brushed it off and I got high and I just kind of like said whatever. And also talking to my man, he was like, okay, you got this, it's cool, don't mind her. And yeah, so I'm just okay, I'm not gonna mind her. I'm gonna, just go out there and fill it out, because he was just supporting me the whole time. Like basically go out there and see what it is. And because he has a job, so he was just working and minding his business. So hopefully he wasn't doing nothing, no lame, stuff as I'm making money. I'm literally making money. So I'm just like, hopefully he wasn't. But who knows what that man was doing. I don't really care that much at this point. But yeah, so I'm in I'm in Tucson, just okay, cool. I'm just texting him or whatever at this point. I'm texting him like, yeah. I'm telling him like what she's being weird, your sister's being weird. Like I'm telling him what's up. And he's just like, okay, like, like I don't know, like just be, you good though, like you good, I got you. If I need to drive out there, I will. Like I'm not gonna, she do that, that's what she do. Like just, kind of tell me what it is and just make me feel more comfortable. So that's why I went, y'all. This is just to let y'all know why I still went and why I didn't have her turn that motherfucking car out or get picked up, because he was just like, you got this, like just go out there, it's for you, it's not for her type stuff. It's for me to get the experience and figure out like what it is. And yeah, we went Friday, like in the morning time. We got up pretty early just to get out there and make sure that we're good and just be out there, like so we don't have to run into traffic. Also, like there be afternoon traffic and stuff, and just don't have time for that. People be going back and forth from city to city. It'd be too much going on. People getting off work, all of that, So we were like, yeah, let's get up early, let's go, let's get out there, whatever. Let's get up early, let's get out there. So that's what we did. But yeah, like I said, getting there, it was just like, okay, this is uncomfortable. We got there, it was cool, the hotel was nice. We got a hotel to stay out there. Of course, where else was we gonna stay? And I had my own bed. She had her own bed. We listened to music. We pre-gamed a little bit, drank a little bit, very little. Like it was a little tequila. And then we went there. We tried to sneak a water bottle in there. My dumb self dump out the water right in front of the security guard, y'all. This is dumb, just dumb as rocks. As soon as I walk up with the water bottle, he's like, what is this? And I'm like, water? And he's like, I just saw you dump out water, so how is this water? This is not water. And then he smells it, he's like, come on now, put it back. And I'm like, oh my God, like I got caught. So I'm like, whatever, it's not that big of a deal to get liquor in the club that bad. So like, come on now. And the club was called Venom. The club, y'all can look it up, whatever. Like they don't require you have like your license and all that, your dancer's license. There's girls in there that were 18, y'all. So it's like, oh my gosh, let me get into that. So we in the club or whatever. The club was cool. The club was actually a nice club. Like it wasn't weird, nothing. And mainly all the girls were welcoming. It's always the black girls that come in there and I'm not, it's not about a race thing. It's not about that because I'm a black girl myself, but I'm not hostile. There's a lot of black girls that are hostile, and it's just what it is. I'm a black girl myself. I know that we could be hostile. I'm never hostile with other women because I feel like we already go through so much, and why do I need to create a problem in your life? I don't want to. I don't need to. I have better things to do in my life and more things to put my energy into. That's how I am as a woman. So other women, they're not like that. So it was a girl that was in there. So she was just like kind of like nasty like the whole time, and like she didn't speak, and she kind of just like like she acted a certain way, but I don't care how nobody else is. Like I know I look good, and I know I have a nice body, so that was cool. But it was pretty slow. The club was pretty slow. I didn't really like I feel like I didn't get a lot of experience, but it was cool. Like the manager, the club manager, whatever, he was very nice. He was a very nice guy. He was Hispanic. He was cool. He was like very welcoming. You know, he's a chubbier guy, so I feel like he made me feel more comfortable because he was chubby, and he wasn't strict. He wasn't mean at all. He was actually very nice. So when I first initially went in there, I met him. He was just like, "Oh yeah, you look good. Like yeah, you can dance." Told me the house fee wasn't that bad. I was like, "Okay, cool." And she was like, and then like my friend was like, "You probably won't even have to pay. Like I don't ever pay. I just be leaving sometimes and not paying." And then like he was like, "Make sure y'all tip the DJ." And like we like, but no, I'm not tipping no DJ. No, this club is slow. So like, of course, at the end of the night, we did not tip the DJ. I just want to say that right now before I forget. No, because it was so slow that night. But anyways, so that first night was cool though. Like she was like telling people like, "Oh yeah, like get a dance for my friend. She's new." And yeah. So it's like, okay, cool. I was like, yeah, I'm new. Like, yeah, you're gonna get a dance from me. It's cool. The very first dance that I did, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit embarrassing, but like I was like dancing, and I'm not used to the stripper heels, so like my feet went up. I was like, dang, like that was low key embarrassing. Cause, anyways, so this was my first experience in Tucson at a club. My first experience ever. I also heard different things about the club. That club got shot up. People be up in there doing the most and all that. So I'm like, bro, I don't got time for that. Like, I don't got time. But the women there are very, very cool. They're very, very nice. They, you know, like I said, it was only one girl that was being weird. Even the other black girl that I said was like super, super pretty, she was not being weird. She was just being in her own lane, like literally. But the other girl, like, she was like making a big deal of stuff. Like, my friend Gemini had fell when she was doing a dance or handstand on the stage, and she gonna laugh like she like because there was nobody at the club for real at that one night. I forgot what night it was. It was probably Sunday night that she had fell, but it was nobody really in there, so it really didn't matter. But she had did a handstand and kind of like fell backwards or forward. I don't remember, but it was like wow, it was crazy. But a girl just started bursting out. The girl that was like kind of like giving like mean girl vibes. And there's a girl everywhere doing that, which I don't know why. But anyways, so she started bursting out laughing. Everybody was just kind of like, it's not that funny. Like people make mistakes. People like, you know what I mean? So like it was just like not giving like what it was supposed to give. That girl was just doing too much. It was just not giving what it was supposed to give. She was just doing too much. It was just like, you're doing too much, girl. Like calm down. Calm down. She was just like literally like like doing the most, y'all. Venom is a hangout strip club. Like the girls in there, they come in there. Some of them, they make their money. Well, I made money, of course, but so there's money in there. But they make their money from the men that are there. They're regulars. That's why I said it was a hangout spot, because they have a lot of regulars there. And I feel like that just also it's a starter club, anyways. What was I gonna say? But yeah, we did go at 2 p.m. Like hung out there like literally the majority of the freaking day. But it was better, and we left a little bit to go get food and stuff. Like we left and came back a couple different times to do different things. And yeah, but we had a cool night the second night. But mind y'all, I don't know if I told you, did I even finish what I was saying about literally a random girl. I had to ask a random girl at the club, and you know them girls are shady at the club. And maybe she was shorting herself. It was I don't know. I don't want to speak on who like what race she was, but it was another girl in there, and I had asked her. I was like, "Hey, what do I charge to dance?" Like, cause I really didn't know what I was doing. We were just chit chatting, talking, and she was like, "So and so," and I was like, "Okay, cool." So that's what I was doing. I did add some more to hers. So I'm like, okay. I was there. We were there from like 7 or 8. We were there from like 7 or 8 p.m. to like 2 a.m. in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. We were mainly hanging out, drinking, smoking. I smoked, but I don't think I drunk. Okay. I smoked, but I didn't drink. So we were like mainly chilling, but I did do dances and I did make money that night. I made a good amount for my first night. I feel like I made a good amount. I'm not gonna speak on how much I made because y'all know y'all be in need. But yeah, that was my first experience doing that. And then we did go back the next day and had so much fun. It was actually really fun. Like I had fun and I was learning things and stuff. Majority of the night I did like hide out in the dressing room some of the night, just to like, because I was just like, oh my god, it's so dead in here. It was so dead on Saturday. It was kind of popping on Friday, not too popping. It's not really a club where a lot of people go into, so it's not like a packed out club, which is good because it was for me to learn. And then I was like dancing on the side pole because the manager was like, oh yeah, you can go dance, you can go practice over there if you want, like, you know, because I told him I really don't know what I'm doing on the pole, and I was being completely honest and blunt because that's just what I do. Like, that's, I'm just honest and blunt. But Gemini, I forgot. I'm supposed to be saying her name, y'all. I'm supposed to be saying the stuff that she do. She wasn't really doing nothing. Gemini was just like being cool as hell. Like, she wasn't really doing nothing. I think it's because she was high and drunk, so she probably was just chilling and minding her business. And she danced on the pole. We both danced on the pole. A couple different. We got to dance like 2 songs. That's another thing. Like, dancing on the pole. That's what I was gonna get into too. Oh my gosh, like, that's why he was telling me to practice, because I already got on there, because we got, it's like a rotation of girls, and it wasn't a lot of girls I think Saturday night, but it was on Friday night, so I only danced on 1 song. But on Saturday night I had to dance I think 2 songs because it was so slow, and like we had to like entertain obviously the crowd for longer, so it was like, dang. So I had to dance and stuff. People threw money, of course, but you're supposed to like crawl up to them or walk up to them and dance for the person whoever's throwing money. If it's multiple people, go to one person for a little bit and then go to the next person for a little bit longer, or not a little bit longer, but go to the next person for a little bit also. And that's what I did. So yeah, it was cool. But as far as Gemini, she was just like telling like all of the guys that she was talking to, like, oh yeah, that's my friend, dance with her, because she's a type, she'll alley loop you, like she wasn't like on no weird stuff as far as giving me people, like taking her, she didn't feel like I was taking her money away. She didn't feel like that at all. But it was about like, I don't know, she just didn't, she felt like I would do whatever she was doing better, and that's why she didn't want to tell me the sauce. But I learned my own way anyways. That's the type of person I've always been all my life. But Gemini, like, girl, you could have told me what it was and what it wasn't, but it's okay. Like, she really was like, I'm not telling you the price or nothing. Like, Gemini, bro, the next day we had went at like 2, because we didn't have nothing to do in Tucson. Like, there was nothing else to do but make money. Like, we were like, let's go up there and let's see what's up. Like you know, and there was men there that were watching like the basketball game or football game. I forgot what was out at the time, but it was one of the games, and I think it was football. And so they were going in there getting drinks, whatever. But yeah, so the next day we actually hung out majority of the day there, and we actually still left at like 2 a.m. the next day, or you know, that same night, of course. But mind y'all, Gemini, she never told me the prices to tell, you know, for each dance. I had to figure it out from a girl. And I don't know if I was shorting myself or not, but like, dang, y'all, I'm not even gonna like say the price or nothing like that. I don't want to get into that because I don't got time for nobody to be like, oh well, I don't care. I don't care. It's over now. It's too late, you know. So I really don't want to talk about that. But I was just like, dang. So a girl told me a price, and then at the end of the night, I told her like, is that the price? And she did say, yeah, like that's about the price. And she's like, I charge a little bit more. She was saying like she charged a little bit more, and I have way more booty than her. Yeah, just to give a brief background on why I am uncomfortable to dance in Phoenix is because a girl that dances in Phoenix, I was talking to her, and I was really talking to her to get her experiences, and she did, of course, tell me, of course. And she was another black girl, so she was just telling me like, yeah, I got followed before, and mind y'all, Phoenix is big. Like, Tucson's not as big as Phoenix. That's why I feel more comfortable in Tucson. Plus, I didn't grow up in Tucson. I grew up in Arizona, or Phoenix. I grew up in Phoenix, so it's like, of course, I know more people that may go to the club. What if I see my freaking dad at a strip club, or my uncles or something, because they go to strip clubs? Like, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'd rather go in Tucson and it be, you know, and get more comfortable anyways, so that if I do see them at a club in the future, it won't be as uncomfortable, because I know what I'm doing. And I just kind of like maybe just go to the back or something and not have to deal with that, just because they're. So when I had went out there with Pretty, we had got dropped off there, or we had took a Uber together up to the club that she went to in Tucson. We were in Tucson, mind you. We went to Tucson because we were like, I was super uncomfortable to do a club in Phoenix. I was still uncomfortable. I was like, I'm not trying to do that because I'm so new. I'm not trying to go ahead and just jump into that, especially because I don't know what to do on the pole like that. I just twerk and shake my ass. Like, literally, I don't really do too much. So I'm like, the only thing I feel like I should just start in Tucson, keep starting in Tucson, like, just, you know, because it was like the second time I've ever done it. Also, like, basically, so yeah. Pretty was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you into this club, like, you pretty, because the club that she went to, they only accept a certain amount of black girls. Yes, Arizona's racist. Yes, Tucson's racist. They're racist. They only want to see Hispanic or white girls. They only want to see that. I don't know why, y'all. I can't tell y'all why. I don't want to even get into that. But that Pacific club only accept, like, it was only her and another black girl, 2 black girls there. Mind you, it was a good amount of girls that worked there. It was mainly all Hispanic and white, all of them. So, which was none of it. I really don't care. But when I got there, they're like, oh yeah, you look good. You know, you got, I was like, oh, thank you. I was so happy because I was just like, wow, like I got accepted to a club. Like I'm over here like feeling like I don't know why I felt like I was just that girl that day, because I got into a club that don't accept black girls, and I got into it. I was like, okay, so I look good, I do look good. That's what that means. Period. Point blank. But it was mainly because pretty is so pretty. Like she's a pretty girl, and she was like, oh yeah, like this is my girl. Like y'all gonna let her dance, and they was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. Well, I'm sure it wasn't that simple. She had talked to them before everything and stuff, and talked to the guy that accepts the girls or whatever, which was crazy because he was a black guy. It was a black guy that accepted the girls, and he only wanted. I feel like because black guys know that black girls be ghetto, but he knew how he could. I know he could see all over me. I'm not all extra or none of that. So anyway, so we go in there, and a guy stops me as I'm walking, like come back for me, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do that. And so I went back there. We had got ready or whatever, got changed out because you have to go in there clothed, and you have to leave out clothes. You cannot go out like half naked. That's not okay at any club, of course, like because you never know what guys might do in the parking lot. I learned that at Venom, because Venom, I was trying to walk out in my outfit, and they were like, "Don't do that, don't do that, you can't do that." Like they made a big deal. All the girls were doing too much about that. They were like, "Don't do that. Like you can get something can happen." Like one time, a girl literally got kidnapped in the parking lot. Like they were just doing the most. I'm just like, okay, I understand. Like I get it, because she was half naked and the guy took her. I was like, oh my god, like, that sounds crazy. And they didn't know, of course, and obviously they seen it on the footage and all that. So yeah, it's like crazy because like women go through stuff. And also, I was before I even started dancing, I was talking to a couple different stripper girls that I have on social media, and they were telling me about their experiences, and they were telling me like, oh yeah, like I got followed before. Like that personally never happened to me, but it happened to women, because I think she was by herself, and she was in Phoenix. So on my pole work, that's what it is. I need to work on my pole work more than anything. I need to work on my pole work, and I think that's what it was even at this club. So let me tell y'all. So at this club, my friend Pretty, she dope. She got me in or whatever. It was an actually nice club, and I feel like they made good money. So mind y'all, the bouncer guy, or the one that accepts the girls, I don't even know, a bouncer, whatever you want to call him, he's black. Again, I was just like, you only accept certain black girls, like literally. The other black girl was like an older, very, very pretty. She was in her, like, I could tell she was at least in her early 30s, maybe late 20s, I don't know, but she was a gorgeous girl though. She looked young, but I know, like I'm a black girl, so like I'm like, okay, I know you're probably not that young. Plus it was, you could kind of tell by how her body was and stuff, that she was an older lady, but she didn't look bad at all. But she was the other black girl anyways, so that was the point. And then it was Pretty, and then it was me. So it's like, oh, there, we all look good, period. Like I feel like we all look good. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, like I'm happy that I got into this club. So we had walked past. The guy grabs my hand, like, "Oh yeah, come back." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna come back for you." He's like, "I want to dance with you." He said, "I want to dance from you," and I was like, "Okay, cool. That's fine. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna go get you." I told him, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go change and I'll be right back. And he was okay, cool, that's fine. So I had left, got changed out or whatever. We in there, we talking and stuff like girls do. And so, we recording each other and just having a ball, recording ourselves and stuff, and not really too much rushing. But yeah, so I'm in there, and a girl, like the thing with the coke, like the thing that you like, kind of like, I watched her do it as she's walking out, because I'm still in there chilling or whatever, because I'm trying to get my head together, like, okay, I gotta go out there, because I'm kind of high too. So I'm like, okay, I need to go out there, because it was kind of packed. It was kind of, also, I'm everywhere with this story, but the girl that got followed, my friend that got followed, she got followed home. He was driving home, and she didn't even know that he was driving after her. She got chased in the parking lot before. I don't know if she was trying to scare me to not dance, or if this is really her experience, but I don't think she would lie about that, because for what? But she got chased, and she got followed in her car, and he like came up to her door in her apartment, y'all. That is so scary. Like the Players Club, y'all. Like literally. So I don't know if like she was trying to scare me, or if this was literally her experience, or if she watched different player clubs and got the idea to tell different girls to do it. So tell different girls what happened to her. I don't know. But I had to say that. Okay, so dang, y'all be forgetting where I'm at. Yeah, so fast forward, we in there, and the girl, it was a white girl. A lot of girls were there that were super drunk. They were spilling their drinks all over me, and not me, but like the floor and stuff, just everywhere, like just doing the most. A lot of girls there were sloppy drunk. I think that club was like 18, because my friend Pretty, she was like 19 at the time, I think. So I think it was 18 and up. So yeah, there's probably girls in there drinking and not supposed to be drinking. It's crazy. Um, But it seemed like they were strict. Cause I remember she was telling me. I remember Pretty was telling me that they won't give her a drink. So I think they are strict actually. So maybe the girls that were drinking were able to drink. They were just doing the most sloppy as hell. But the girl, she was walking out, and she literally like she gets the thing out. And she's like, and I'm like, hopefully I didn't mess up my. And I'm like, did she just do that right in front of me? Like, it was me in there, and I think Pretty had left out to go talk to somebody or do something because it was just me by myself, and I was just like, oh my god, like it made me feel so uncomfortable. Like, oh my god, like you need that to be like content. Like it just makes me feel so sad for people like that. Like not bad for her. I don't feel bad for her because that's her choice. That's what she wants to do. But it made me feel sad. Like, don't mind my hair, y'all. I don't care. I don't care. Y'all can talk about it, say it look crazy. I don't care. I'm doing this and it's not too much. So it is what it is. I hope y'all can hear me. I hope y'all heard me the whole time. But yeah, I was like, dang, she need that to kind of like get through her night. Like she need that because she wouldn't have done it right now. You know, she would have waited till later. Me, I feel like the reason why I got high is because I like to get high, but also it's to help with my anxiety. I worry too much. Is mainly because I have anxiety, literally. I don't really drink. I don't really drink at all. I didn't drink at all that night because I don't drink. I drink for fun. I don't drink to work. So yeah, I'll get high to work because I will go high. I would go to any job high except for like if it's like a corporate job or like a government job. I wouldn't do that for those jobs. Okay. Besides that. Okay. So yeah. So basically, it's like okay, like whoa, she just did that right in front of me, and so it wasn't just like saying random stuff, but that basically sums it up. My experience as a dancer. I'm trying to think if I had any other experience. Um, no, it was really cool. Like that club that I went to, I wish I could remember the name. It was actually very dope because like I said, Pretty is such a dope girl, so it wasn't uncomfortable. It was so comfortable. So again, like I was saying earlier, find if you ever do it, find a friend to do it with that is pretty, that won't be jealous of you, that won't care if you got make more money than them, like none of that, because that gets awkward right there. Like that's where it comes into play, where it's like, okay, this is too much. Yeah, so then after we like the so yeah, my experience as a dancer wasn't bad, but I probably would not dance again unless I had experience with that pole, because that's what is important, and that's also what's going to make you stand out, because you're going to have to get on the stage. So I feel like knowing what you're doing will make you stand out and get you more money. So yeah, definitely do that. And that wraps up the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all of you guys. Bye.